If you're driving, please remember to use your car's Bluetooth speaker while listening to the AM Drive. Sports talk is not worth your safety or the safety of others. Thank you.
What's going on? I am Mike. He's Aaron. This is the AM Drive live on 12 Ounce Sports. Aaron, it is Monday, but for you, it is the beginning of your weekend. What is going on, Mr. Man?
I am doing great. I'm tired today. It was a long week, I tell you what.
Hey, fine with me. And we have a fun show to get to today, as always. Aaron, Buttercloth is the softest shirt in the world, featuring a 6-way stretch and great designs. Buttercloth is designed to look like a Friday night, but feel like a Sunday morning. No more hating your shirt. It's time to love what you wear, and that starts with your shirt. Before you purchase one, head to mikeandaarondrive.com and click the Buttercloth logo, and you too can wear the world's most comfortable, softest, coolest shirt. Oh my gosh. Aaron, when is your Buttercloth shirt coming in, dude?
They said that they're supposed to be receiving the, I guess, collection that I ordered, and they're going to get it out to me as soon as possible. So hopefully by football season.
Right. So, like I said, it is Monday. We are on every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Aaron's time. East Side Mike, West Coast Aaron. Okay. Mike's it first, and Buttercloth presents Cancel Culture Sucks. I'm tired of social media in the year 2021. I hear a lot of feedback. What's going on? I heard a lot of feedback in my ear. That was weird.
Feedback from the fans? They're telling us how great we are?
Sure. But I'm just tired of the year 2021 in social media now. Stephanie Smalls is a fantasy football analyst who was working for a company named FTN. Nobody knows who she is or who they are, but some tweets of hers came to light from the years 2011 to 2014. You know, when Twitter wasn't a political slurp fest. Well, she used the N-word ending in A, like every other white girl at the time on Twitter did, and she insulted people using gay terms, which also was very common on Twitter at that time. But because people want to cancel everyone, Stephanie is now a racist and a homophobe for acting like every other white girl on Twitter in 2011. Why is this a crime? Do people pretend that times haven't changed? It's funny that Stephanie has not used those things since 2013 or 2014. I never use gay as an insult, and the N-word isn't in my vocabulary. But instead of someone using those things in 2011, why is that wrong? It's weird to say that, and it needs to be called out, and I could be the one to do that. Aaron, your thoughts?
Yeah, I don't necessarily agree with the cancel culture because I think it's very selective and biased because it seems that we will just cancel who we want because, I mean, this Steffi Smalls girl, you're right. I don't know much about her. My day is not going to change if she gets canceled. Nothing in my life will change if she gets canceled. But at the same time, John Legend's wife, I can't think of her name. She has come out with many, many tweets bashing people, shaming people, even up to pedophilia. And she really didn't get canceled until, I think, the pedophilia. But she didn't get canceled because people liked her and people liked John Legend and it was okay. She got a pass. So it's not so much is of the cancel culture that I mean, of course, I don't really love it. I mean, if you make a mistake and you own up to it and, hey, fool me once, okay. But, it's just we pick and choose who we're going to. I mean, we've kicked the president off of a social media account. But the Taliban still has a Twitter.
Yeah.
I know that I don't want to get political, but I'm just saying this is what we're talking about. We've kicked an American president, a sitting American president at the time, off of social media. but we literally have a terrorist organization on Twitter. I just don't understand the hypocrisy of it. That's my biggest issue with cancel culture.
And Barry McCockner, who I did interview before, finally lost his Twitter account. And one of the things he said was, hey, Taliban, but y'all don't want a troll because he makes Tua Tagovailoa's agent pissed off. It's a pretty interesting way of reasoning there. Like you said, hypocrisy. But hey, we are presented by Buttercloth, like I said. Go to MikeandAaronDrive.com and tap that Buttercloth logo to shop the world's most comfortable shirt. Follow us on Twitter at AMDriveTV. You see them above. Facebook, Twitter, Instagrammies. You're getting it. You're getting it down. On Twitter only, we're doing a giveaway of 500 followers on a Fanatics NFL shirt of your choice. So please keep on pressing the follow button. We follow back. It's all love from here. Comments, suggestions, or sponsorships? Email 120zamdrive@gmail.com. All right, Aaron, best and worst of the weekend. Why don't you give your worst of the weekend first?
So my worst of the weekend is the lack of interest, it seemed, by ESPN, the fans, and the players for the Little League Classic game.
Bingo.
It just seemed, like you said, they marketed the Sunday Night Baseball game as just that, a Sunday Night Baseball game. I knew nothing about, the fact they were going to play it in Williamsport, and it seemed like the players, other than that brief little period where they met the kids, it seemed like the players really didn't care about being there, which I understand. I do. I get it. It's not, in the middle of your season to have to go to Nowheresville, Pennsylvania. It's probably not the greatest thing. But in the Field of Dreams game, it seemed like everybody was pumped to be there. So it may be tomato. But my worst of the weekend is the Little League Classic. It just seemed like a very big flop, in my opinion. And I didn't even know they had done it for 4 years. I thought this was like the second year.
Hey, shout out to that kid who was calling the game on ESPN2. I loved listening to that dude talk. He's a very bright future. He was like 20 years old. But the kid's cast was cool, like you said. Nobody knew it was happening until it happened. My worst of the weekend is in NASCAR. Wow. No, but Brad Keselowski, who's notorious for being a punk and looking like a horse, like worse than John Elway does, he wrecked Austin Dillon after a segment was over at Michigan. Literally, people were saying, well, Austin Dillon turned up, but Brad Keselowski clearly turned into him, and Austin Dillon is very fortunate that those cars are ultra safe now and that he's not hurt. But whatever. Aaron, what is your best of the weekend, though?
All right, so my best of the weekend, and we'll talk about it later on in the show, is Cameron Smith in the third round firing a 60 at the Northern Trust to get himself into contention to win. He's tied with John Rahm going into the last round, which actually may or may not be played today or be played tomorrow. The tropical storm that the East Coast is facing is really causing a damper on the golf tournament here. So I'm curious to see how his momentum from shooting the 60 will carry over against one of the best players in the world in John Rahm. But congratulations to Cam Smith. 60. He had a putt for 59 and he missed it. And he really, when he did the interview, he said that, his whole round was shot. And Amanda Balionis was like, dude, a 60 is still pretty dang good. And I had to kind of put it in perspective. So 60 is hard to do. I usually can fire somewhere around 60 after like 12, 13 holes. And he fired it after a full round. So congrats.
That's 12 under, right?
No, it's 11 under. This is a par 71.
That's pretty good, though, for one round.
Absolutely.
My best is, I'm going to read these names off for you guys, and I'll tell you what the best is. Quarterback Lamar Jackson, Christian McCaffrey at running back, Clyde Edwards-Helaire from the Chiefs running back 2, Cortland Sutton, Robbie Anderson. Could have done better on those. But Robbie Anderson's going to have a big year in Carolina with Sam Darnold, hopefully. Darren Waller at tight end, Mike Davis at flex, Chiefs, and my young Wei Koo at kicker. That wasn't good enough. The bench is Mike Williams, Zach Moss, Dallas Goedert, Nyheim Hines, Traquan Smith, and Kevin Coleman. What did I just tell you guys? During the midnight drive last night, Aaron Crouch, that guy, decided that he was going to do a mock draft. And that was the results. Wow. I've never seen a draft that good, even in a I just never seen anything. That was incredible. We're gonna take a break, Aaron. When we come back, we're talking, let me make sure I get this right. Oh, Miguel Cabrera.
Woo!
Why is he in the news? It's for a good reason. When we right back to the AM Drive live on 12 Ounce Sports.
To MyBookie, you're ready to create an account and start making money. And we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sports book, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
Your favorite college at Fanatics.com. The largest assortment of officially licensed fan gear from more than 500 colleges. Every conference, every team. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.com. Officially licensed everything.
Let's face it, your shirt sucks. This is your average dress shirt. It serves one purpose and it doesn't even do a good job at it. They're stiff, scratchy, hot, and wrinkle like they were made to. This is the Icy Cotton shirt from Buttercloth, and it's gonna make you rethink every shirt in your closet. Buttercloth shirts are designed to look like a Friday night, but feel like a Sunday morning. So stop buying those marked up, luxury brand dress shirts only to be let down when they feel like every other shirt. Buttercloth shirts are made with the finest long fiber cotton that feels soft and smooth against your skin. It's like you're being cuddled by a bunch of adorable puppies. Long fiber cotton produces luxuriously soft fabric that naturally keeps you cool in the summer and warm in the winter. I've never felt more comfortable in my life. Icy Cotton by Buttercloth takes it one step further. This revolutionary shirt is literally infused with mint fibers that make the fabric cool to the touch. Mint is also a natural odor repellent, so you'll smell nice and fresh all day long. Can't smell a thing.
Do you like online shopping? Jeff Bezos made online shopping better with Amazon. You can buy batteries, get a TV, even purchase your favorite soda. But wait, do you like sports talk? Jeff Beck made sports talk better with 12 Ounce Sports. Next time you use Amazon, use www.12ouncesportsradio.com/Amazon. Sign in and get shopping. It costs you nothing and helps us. That's www.12ouncesportsradio.com/Amazon. Thanks.
Alrighty, and welcome back to the AM Drive presented by Fanatics. Let me do this right there.
Ah!
If you're looking for the gear for that sports fan in your life, well, Fanatics has got you covered. Every team, every league, they've got the apparel and merchandise to ensure that you and yours are showing your team pride each and every game day. The AM Drive are proud sponsored affiliates of Fanatics.com, so please use the special promotional website located at MikeandAaronDrive.com. Click the Fanatics logo. Visit the amdrive.com today and click the sponsorship tab, or email us at 12ounceamdrive@gmail.com and we'll happily provide it for you. Thank you very much for your support. Shop Fanatics today using our dedicated affiliate link, again, found at MikeandAaronDrive.com, clicking the Fanatics logo. and get your gear for the NFL season coming up in just a couple of weeks. You all right, Mike?
Yeah, I'm ready for Miggy.
Miggy. Miguel Cabrera on this weekend blasted his 500th home run, which for a while there just seemed like a stat that just we forgot about.
Yeah.
You know, it just not a lot of guys have really crossed that 500 home run threshold in the last few years. And, you know, you think about a guy like Miguel Cabrera, who for the longest time was really involved in playoff baseball and then just kind of really disappeared as the Tigers have spent the better part of a decade rebuilding.
Yeah, he disappeared as the Tigers disappeared. He's a legend. He's a legend. He's actually one of 9 players who have hit 500 home runs and still, I don't know how, have a 300 batting average. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's let's see, the last person to cross the 500 home run threshold, if you had to take a guess.
A-Rod? No, Pujols.
He crossed the 600 one. Oh boy.
Oh wow, good lord.
The last person to actually cross the 500 threshold was David Ortiz back in 2015.
Big Papi! All right.
But yes, I mean, Albert Pujols is actually approaching 700. He's got 677. I don't know if he'll get there.
I mean, good lord, he might. I mean, that was pretty quick. I didn't realize I didn't know he was still good. Holy cow. Shout out Pujols. Okay, cool. I feel like that was like 2 years ago he did that. You're muted. Still muted.
Oh, whoops. I said I didn't realize he had 677 home runs either. That's crazy.
I thought he just had 600 and people were saying he sucked. So what happened?
Well, he's not very good right now, but I mean, let's see. He's still talented. It's tough. I don't know if it's necessarily the people are saying he's not good because of his talent. I think the people are saying he's not good because of the contract he has. And Miguel Cabrera would probably fall under that exact same category right now.
Yeah, poor Mickey is. Yeah. I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm dealing with trolls right now, making sure I'm filtering out the correct ones.
There you go. Have fun with that. But so Miguel Cabrera, Rookie of the Year, World Series champion in 2003. I remember when he burst on the scene. He was a right fielder. He was very fun-loving, very, happy-go-lucky. And then it seemed like in Detroit, he still had that mantra, but it got a little bit less. I don't know if the money that he made got to him or whatever it was. But I feel like when he kind of went and played third base and then first base, I feel like the way he carried himself seemed a little bit more compact and matured. And of course, as you get older, that's the way it is. But I loved personally, my favorite Miguel Cabrera was the early fun-loving Marlin. And 500 homers, at least that I've been growing up following baseball, 500 homers meant that was your automatic ticket to the Hall of Fame. Do we still believe that?
I mean, I thought Miguel Cabrera should be in the Hall of Fame anyways. I mean, I don't know if that should be a ticket, but I feel like 500 is a pretty good number.
Well, I mean, you're going to have 2 of the top 4 home run getters of all time not be in the not be in the Hall of Fame because of, we know Alex did them. They still haven't 100% verifiably proved that Barry Bonds did them.
Oh my lord!
Steroids.
He just grew 50 pounds overnight. That's fine.
So I can grow 50 pounds overnight with a good, really large serving of Taco Bell.
It's taken me a while to get to 400 pounds, so I find it very hard to believe that Barry Bonds just kind of, over the off season just became like a big poppy type. That just makes no sense. And didn't you tell me the last time on Midnight Drive that Miguel Cabrera has always been big? How is he playing right field being that big? Unless he used steroids.
He was bigger, but I mean, he was still able to move. Now as he's gotten older and injured, his hip is messed up, his knees messed up. Obviously, first base is where he has to play or DH.
I think it was first base for a while. He probably is a DH now.
Yeah, so it's just
Interesting.
so I don't know. I mean, obviously, we believe he's a Hall of Famer, correct? There's
Yeah,
no
of course. Miguel
denying
Cabrera,
that.
yeah. Even I know that.
So, all right, well, fair enough. I'm just curious about him because he wasn't the greatest defensive player, but so were a lot of people in the 500 home run club. I mean, David Ortiz didn't even play defense, and we believe that he's going to be a Hall of Famer, correct?
He's big freaking Poppy. I mean, come on, don't do that to my boy.
Well, he's involved in some of those steroid allegations. The Mitchell report,
Yeah,
he was
but
named.
He's always. It'd be one thing if he wasn't always big, but he has actually always been big.
The crazy thing is you look at the 500 home run club, and the people who are not in the Hall of Fame are either active or they're part of the steroid era. Barry Bonds, Alex Rodriguez, Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire, Rafael Palmeiro, Manny Ramirez, David Ortiz, and actually, I'm surprised Gary Sheffield's not in.
Wasn't Manny like the first one that got busted pretty bad? I feel like Manny was like. I thought Manny was like one of the first ones.
No, Manny Ramirez. Did he ever get busted?
I think he got busted. I'm pretty sure. Where's your mug at, by the way?
I don't know. Oh, it's in the kitchen. I didn't have coffee today.
That's right. He told me that. Hey, but if you want AM Drive merch like Mike and Aaron, amdrive.online is your place to be. It's our nice little shop. We got hoodies, shirts, mugs, tumblers, all kind of cool stuff.
Yeah, I got a hoodie on the way as well. Speaking of things that might end up in the Hall of Fame, the Baltimore Orioles, they are well on their way to tying their own loss record?
That's rough. That 18 losses is bad, but 21, wow.
I mean, 21 losses in a row. I say this all the time. The greatest thing about professional sports is parity, which makes it great because other than really basketball, I feel like in the other three sports, and obviously we're talking about baseball here to a lesser extent, but in football and hockey, it feels like your team has a chance. I mean, unless you are completely tanking and rebuilding, in football and hockey, your team legitimately has a chance to win any given Sunday or any given night or any given playoff season. We've seen it with the Giants. We've seen it with the LA Kings when they were an 8 seed and won the Cup. But I don't love watching a team like this lose 18 maybe plus straight games in a row. I just think it's bad for sports. And I know there's nothing they can do about it. They go out there and they play a game, but you should be able to field enough talent to not lose to your counterparts 18 times in a row. And 16 times, the other team covered the run line. 16 out of these 18 losses have been by 2 or more runs.
Aaron, I have a question for you since we're doing the betting part of this. Do you think he reaches 22 or think it stops before it hits 21? I think it goes over. I think it hits 25.
Well, I have to take a look at the schedule here. Because, I mean, if they're playing, let's see, schedule. Yeah, if they're playing the Marlins or something like that, they may have a shot here.
Or an AL East opponent, too.
Monday. Well, they're off today, so they can't lose today.
Are you sure?
They can try. All right, so we're at 18 games right now. They have what looks like a 3-game set against the Angels.
Oh. No, they could win one.
They could win one there, yes.
Mike Trout's hurt. Ohtani's not the best. I mean, Ohtani's a good pitcher. He's not the best pitcher, but he's the only thing on the team right now. They just lost to the Indians last night, 3-0.
It's true. I mean, they just lost 3 in a row.
Aaron froze again. Aaron froze. That's okay. That's okay. We're going to let him go again. He's cussing. That's okay. Aaron, log off and try back again because you're on red. I love this. Poor Aaron and his Wi-Fi, man. He's got to stink living in Vegas, having awesome times. That's just crazy to me. But hey, he's back. That's okay. What's up, Aaron?
I don't know. What's up?
Welcome back. Oh, change your microphone. Welcome back to the AM Drive.
This is crazy. I don't know what's going on here. The internet in this city is just ridiculous. All right, where did I leave off?
Oh,
the
you're talking
Hurricane on
about
the
the
other side.
Orioles have lost like their last 2 or something like that.
Well, they got swept by the Red Sox, and they
Good.
scored a grand total of 5 runs in 3 games.
It's not bad.
And then they got swept in a 4-game series by the Rays and scored a grand total of 8 runs in 4 games.
Yeah.
So it's just like they're not even scoring runs. That's the problem. Like they're not. I mean, okay, against the Tigers, one of a more terrible teams. I mean, they got beat 9-4, 5-2, and then they had a close one at the end there. But they're just not even getting competitive right now. Can you name me one player on the Orioles? Can you name?
No, I
one
can't even. The Orioles is one of them. If you were telling me to name a bunch of teams right now, the Baltimore Orioles would be one of the last teams I would ever name in major sports.
I only know one, and
that
that's
includes the Coyotes.
Oh, I'm sorry, two. I only know two Orioles, and that's the only reason I know one because Trey Mancini was the Cinderella story in the home run derby because of the cancer and coming back from it. And then I remember reading this stat that caused me to put this in the show, and they had a picture of Matt Harvey as the photo to the headline. So I commented.
Matt Harvey's an Oriole?
I said, yeah. I said, when Matt Harvey's your number one pitcher, you know you're a bad team.
Wasn't he the one with like the Batman crap with the Mets, and he was like always terrible with the Mets or whatever?
No, he was really good with the Mets for like 3 or 4 years, and then he became a head case.
That's what I mean. Is the head case part? Yeah, I remember he was good, but I was like,
But yes, getting back to this, they have a 3-game set starting Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday against the Angels. That would tie the record if they got swept.
I say they take one. They take one. Where's it at?
It's at home in Camden Yards for them.
I'll take one. I'll take the money on the 20th one. On the middle game, take the one or the first one.
So should we start betting the Orioles to win? Because I'm sure they're getting big plus money.
I think Orioles win one of those first 2 games. I will guarantee. Sorry, Charles Barkley. It's mine now.
Speaking of Charles Barkley, let's move on here. Giannis Antetokounmpo has now decided, the cheese freak, I like that headline. Giannis Antetokounmpo has decided to buy an ownership stake role in the Milwaukee Brewers. Kind of setting the trend now with Aaron Rodgers buying a piece of the Bucks.
These Wisconsin dudes got to chill.
Why, though? I kind of like it.
I
don't love the theory of them becoming majority owners, but minor stake owner. I like the fact that these guys, because we hear so many stories about sports athletes who are broke within 3 to 4 to 5 years, and we're supposed to feel bad for them. And I don't, obviously, because you've made more money than, maybe 3 of my generations in my family will make.
Right.
Maybe more, probably more.
Unless this takes off.
Yeah, unless this takes off. I can't remember which way to point anymore.
That too, though.
But yeah, it's just like, okay, so we got to figure out who's gonna buy the Packers. Who on the Brewers is gonna buy the Packers? Who's making the most money? Is it Christian Yelich? I think Christian Yelich has to buy a piece of the Packers.
We'll go Yeller. Yeah, we'll do Yelich.
All right. So, but what do you think about Giannis buying stake in the Brewers here? Do you have any thoughts on that? I personally love it. Like I said, only for the sole reason of I would rather hear stories of them, like Pat Mahomes bought a piece of the Kansas City Royals, and I'd rather hear stories of them doing good things with their money than just blowing it, and being broke, and like Warren Sapp is, or at least was. So I'd love to hear the. I love to hear the success stories.
Not involved in roster decisions. Unless it's somebody who's smart and knows what they're doing, I wouldn't want them involved in roster decisions. But if you want to buy some because you can, go ahead.
Well, I'm pretty sure minority ownership are not making roster decisions.
But hey.
R.I.P. Oakland fans. We got about a minute left here in this segment. It looks like it's a really strong chance, unless something huge comes to fruition, that Oakland is going to lose 3 sports teams in basically what amounts to a 5 to 10 year window.
Athletics, right?
The Athletics have basically come out publicly and said that they're looking at potential spots for a new stadium in Oakland along the bay, and also here in Vegas. The president,
surprise!
I love it. Their AAA team is here. I'm obviously way on board. I'm way more on board with the this is the AAA team right here. Actually, ironically, I'm wearing their hat. I'm totally on board with that more than the Raiders. But how bad of a city do you have to be to lose your 3 sports franchises in a 5-year period? Like, I could see riots happening, and I might totally be okay with it.
Changing of the times, crazy fan base, but nobody seems to care. It's like when the NBA took away Seattle's NBA team. It makes no sense to me. I don't appreciate it. Like, make an expansion team. Don't ruin the Oakland. Those are good fans.
And they might get one back if hockey goes well. So, all right, that's going to do it for the baseball talk here. We're going to go ahead and take another quick commercial break. On the other side, we're talking NFL preseason. Topic number 1, the bet between Michael and myself. Stick and stay. This is the AM Drive on 12-Ounce Sports.
To MyBookie, you're ready to create an account and start making money. And we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
Your favorite college at Fanatics.com. The largest assortment of officially licensed fan gear from more than 500 colleges. Every conference, every team. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.com. Officially licensed everything.
Let's face it, your shirt sucks. This is your average dress shirt. It serves one purpose and it doesn't even do a good job at it. They're stiff, scratchy, hot, and wrinkle like they were made to. This is the icy cotton shirt from Buttercloth, and it's gonna make you rethink every shirt in your closet. Buttercloth shirts are designed to look like a Friday night, but feel like a Sunday morning. So stop buying those marked up, luxury brand dress shirts only to be let down when they feel like every other shirt. Buttercloth shirts are made with the finest long fiber cotton that feels soft and smooth against your skin. It's like you're being cuddled by a bunch of adorable puppies. Long fiber cotton produces luxuriously soft fabric that naturally keeps you cool in the summer and warm in the winter. I've never felt more comfortable in my life. Icy Cotton by Buttercloth takes it one step further. This revolutionary shirt is literally infused with mint fibers that make the fabric cool to the touch. Mint is also a natural odor repellent, so you'll smell nice and fresh all day long. Can't smell a thing.
Do you like online shopping? Jeff Bezos made online shopping better with Amazon. You can buy batteries, get a TV, even purchase your favorite soda. But wait, do you like sports talk? Jeff Beck made sports talk better with 12-Ounce Sports. Next time you use Amazon, use www.12ouncesportsradio.com/Amazon. Sign in and get shopping. It costs you nothing and helps us. That's www.12ouncesportsradio.com/Amazon. Thanks.
And we are back here on the AM Drive presented by 12-Ounce Sports. Please follow us on all of our socials. They can be located right there.
Microphone, sir.
Good Lord. technologically has been atrocious. I'm starting to get very frustrated with this. All right, how do I sound now?
You sound great. Go ahead.
Oh my God, it's just today's show has just been. I'm getting very. I'm going to probably have a phone. I'm off work today. I'm having a phone call with the Cox Communications here and their lack of it. But anyways, follow us on AM Drive TV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. They are located again right up there in the corner. And we're going to talk a little NFL here because the preseason about halfway through here, and I'm not going to lie, Mike. After last night's game, I'm a little worried that I might lose this bet to you. Trey Lance looked pretty good, and Jimmy Garoppolo looked equally as bad.
Didn't he overthrow 2 more guys last night?
I know of 2 throws he overthrew. One resulted in an interception by Florida State product Asante Samuel Jr.
So, shout out Asante Samuel Jr. for being good just like his dad, apparently. Unless he's just playing against Jimmy Garoppolo, and that makes everybody good.
Maybe.
Weren't you the one who told me on the midnight drive last night that Jimmy Garoppolo in the Super Bowl would not make that throw? So why would Trey Lance? You told me that last night again.
That's not what I said. You're taking the words and twisting them. I said you're comparing a preseason week 2 throw by Trey Lance to a throw in the biggest game in the NFL each season. Yes.
Are you saying that because of pressure?
Yes, absolutely. It was an atrocious. Even if Trey Lance makes that throw, we'll never know. But my point being is that right now Trey Lance doesn't feel the same amount of pressure in a preseason game as Jimmy Garoppolo felt in a Super Bowl. So to twist my words like that, that's a little wrong, Mike. I'm not saying Trey Lance can't make that throw. I'm just saying until he gets to a Super Bowl, look at Colin Kaepernick. The world loved him in 2012 until he got to a Super Bowl and he looked atrocious.
I didn't.
I was indifferent, but I mean they were ready to get. I don't want to go down that road.
Trey Lance though, I'm telling you guys, he brings renewed life to this team. I don't know what it is, but they feel like this is what they wanted Jimmy Garoppolo to be. And Trey Lance, buddy, there's a reason why Kyle Shanahan decided to do what he did and draft him at number 2.
Number 3.
3, yeah.
But here's the question really going forward is if Trey Lance does become the starter and he takes the ball and runs with it, no pun intended, what happens to Jimmy Garoppolo? Because he's an expensive quarterback.
Career backup at best. I can't think of what team would want him.
Well, before Mac Jones, I would have said the Patriots probably would have taken him back.
Texans.
If they trade Deshaun Watson, maybe.
But they already drafted Davis Mills. But I don't know. I'm not a Davis Mills guy. But Jimmy G could go to I don't know.
I mean, sure. There's probably a handful of teams he could go to if things don't work out in their respective markets. I mean, if the Dolphins move on from Tua, could they trade him and pick up Jimmy G? I don't know. The thing is, I don't know what kind of market Jimmy Garoppolo needs, and I'm not ready to write him off. I still think he's probably going to start week 1. That's all I care about is week 1. If he gets benched in the second half, I win the bet. Doesn't matter.
That is true, unless of course both of them, one of them gets hurt, which we've already said before.
The injury is null and void the bet.
I agree that his contract is big, and chances are they made his ride with him just because. But you're right. It would be funny if they roll him out week 1 and then the second half he gets benched. I'm like, you son of a guns, you sons. I feel like that's what they might do though, because he has a big contract, but Trey is now their guy.
You know what would be the worst thing for you is if Jimmy Garoppolo takes the first snap, drops back, and tears his ACL because he started the game.
He didn't mean that, Jimmy.
I said the worst thing for you, not for me.
Right.
But yeah, we're looking at a base salary. His cap hit is $26 million this year and $27 million next year before he becomes a 31-year-old free agent. But you're right, Trey Lance. Yes, he'll be paying. The 49ers will be paying Jimmy Garoppolo upwards of $27 million, but Trey Lance isn't making that much. So if Trey Lance is making anywhere from $7 to $12 million, you've got $40 million tied up in a quarterback. And if Trey Lance is a phenomenal quarterback, you've got a $40 million quarterback a la Dak Prescott, Pat Mahomes. So if it works out, you're right. Keep him on the roster because if Trey Lance does go down, you at least know you have a quarterback with starting experience, which seems to be lately, but after watching these preseason games, very hard to find.
Chase Daniel, shout out Chase Daniel, who's still alive, apparently.
It's incredible, man. That guy is just making generational wealth everywhere he goes. And I think he started like maybe 10 games in his career. It's good for him. Speaking of backup quarterbacks, though, Mitch Trubisky.
Oh, my boy Trubisky.
You didn't wear the shirt today.
Oh, I didn't need to. It was self-explanatory. Aaron, who did he beat yesterday and light up?
He lit up his own old team, the Bears. Now, let's not get too crazy with the. Let's not get too crazy. It was a preseason game, but you knew of anybody on that field, he was fired up.
Which is crazy because I've heard he's not inspirational. He's average. Did you know, Aaron, Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes were drafted after him? Whoa, I didn't know that until the other day.
Yeah,
I just thought it was crazy that it was his fault. But I can't believe that.
I think it's a combination of everything. The Deshaun Watson situation may, if Deshaun Watson ends up in Chicago, does he go down this path? I don't know. Like, is there, a person in Chicago that keeps him out of the sexual assault cases? I don't know.
Is there a massage parlor that's not there apparently?
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, maybe he found people. Did he go to massage parlors or did he have people come to his house, like Jeffrey Epstein style?
Well, that'd be even worse.
It would be, but let's not go down that road. My point is, Pat Mahomes could end up being one of the greatest, or if not the greatest, quarterbacks of all time. So it's not that they're just quality starting quarterbacks behind him. They're like, there might be the GOAT behind him. And then you know how many people passed up on the current GOAT right now? 198. So
we're gonna leave that one alone too. We're not going on that path either.
Just know that it's true. Sorry, buddy.
Well, what makes me it's frustrating about the whole drafting process. I would love to know the analysts because the analysts are quick to say, well, look who he was drafted above. Which one of these analysts, these analists, and with their anal lists, which one of them said
that's way too many times you said anal on this show. That's too many times.
Which one of these guys said that Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson were going to be a top 2 talent from that draft? I want to know where they're at besides me. I've constantly said that since day one. I was on both of their trains. Where are the analysts that said this crap? I want to know because they're quick to put Paul Trubisky.
I can tell you I was on the Deshaun Watson train. I did not have high anticipation for Pat Mahomes simply because Big Ten quarterbacks just never really pan out, especially ones from Texas Tech. Deshaun Watson, I thought, was an incredible college football player. So I really felt like that was going to be a one. Again, it's the combination of Deshaun Watson. It's the combination of Pat Mahomes. It's also the combination that they moved up one spot to get him. So I didn't really see too much from Mitchell Trubisky in college to make me think he was the number 3 pick, the number 2 pick, or even really an upper tier first round pick. So it didn't make a lot of sense, and it was just compounded by the fact that it just didn't work. But
shout out Trubisky.
Yeah, he got a little revenge in this game. He'll be the backup to Josh Allen. And, the Bills fans are hoping he never sees the field in the regular season for obvious reasons.
Wow.
All right, well, let's stay in Chicago there. Or actually, it's fine. We'll go to Zach Wilson here because he's another quarterback. It's a lot of quarterback talk here because I think Zach Wilson is actually – I know I said Jack. Zach Wilson's looking pretty good, quietly under the radar. All the talk is Trey Lance. All the talk is Mac Jones, Trevor Lawrence.
And rightfully so.
And then the next guy we'll talk about as well. But Zach Wilson is just flying under the radar with the Jets. I'm actually surprised even like the New York media is not blowing this up. Like he's looked pretty impressive. Fantasy players, number 1 target in New York with the Jets is Corey Davis. So if you're looking for like that wide receiver 3, if the Jets can get off the ground here with Robert Saleh and Zach Wilson, wide receiver 3 in your stable, Corey Davis. I'm high on Corey Davis this year. So and if Zach Wilson can be what he is in the preseason, I think you have a nice little connection there. And the Jets might not be the dumpster fire in the AFC East. Oh no, they probably still will be.
I was saying AFC East, yeah, but other divisions, I get it.
I think
AFC
they
South,
go from
could
they go from like 3 wins to like 7 if he plays well.
I'm not even going to tell you what your screen is doing right now. We're just going to leave. We're just going to say it went back to green.
My screen went green. I don't even know what that means.
It means you were at red connection. Now you're at green connection, but you may log out soon again.
I have yellow connection according to me. Network connection is 4 of 10.
Woohoo! Great. In terms of Zach Wilson, I just like that he's such a good ball placement guy. Even on the run, he made some rope of a pass, like right to the sideline. I was like, that what a gorgeous throw to Corey Davis that was. I don't. Do you think it's because he's Mormon that they're not slurping him up? I just want that. I mean, they were high on Darnold. What is it because of Darnold getting ball washed and then not panning out? Or is it because this guy's Mormon?
I don't think it's Mormon, but I will say this. I do wonder if the reason that we're not ready to hype up Zach Wilson is because we've seen this before. Like you just said, Mark Sanchez, we hyped him up. Sam Darnold, we hyped him up. And I think the book's still out on Sam Darnold. I wonder if Sam Darnold has that Ryan Tannehill type career arc. Because Ryan Tannehill spent, 8 years, I think, in Miami? 7 or 8 years?
And he was supposed to be some terrible quarterback.
Primarily, he was a wide receiver in college who turned into a quarterback the last year and I think he was drafted like 7th or 8th. But I think the New York media is just, they've got enough on their plate with Daniel Jones, because Daniel Jones is in year 3, correct me if I'm wrong?
Yeah, I don't know. Him, Dwayne Haskins, Kyler Murray.
Yeah, so you look at a situation where Danny Dimes is in year 3, so the focus is shifting on it's now his make or break time.
Yeah, and that's fair. I mean, but I feel like I feel like New York media is all one thing, but there's got to be like a Giants. I feel like Giants media has always been more impressive than Jets media. Is that fair to say?
The Giants have had a lot more success, so the Jets really play second fiddle to the Giants in terms of those things. Just like it's Mets and Yankees, Yeah,
imagine applying to be a New York media guy and they give you the Mets or the Jets. Like, thanks, guys. It's funny.
I'd be totally fine with that.
It's funny how they. Oh yeah, of course. I wonder how they. It's funny how they rhyme though. Mets and Jets.
Mets, Jets, and the Nets.
Wow.
I mean, look at it. You got the Knicks and the Nets. You got the Mets and the Jets, and you got the Knicks and the Nets, the Mets and the Yankees, and the Jets and the Giants. So,
ooh.
And then you have the Islanders.
Poor guys. New Jersey Devils.
I think the concern. Yeah, well, they're on the other side, but I mean, New York Jets and Giants don't play in New York either, so
sad.
But you look at the Giants here, and they really, it's their defense. It's Danny Dimes in the defense. So it's year 3,
Saquon
and we'll see what happens with him. Well, even if Saquon's not in there, like they still have a stable of receivers with Sterling Shepard, Kenny Golladay, and then they drafted Tony in the first round. So Kadarius Toney, yes, that's the name I was thinking of. And so we'll have to see, what happens with them, because it may not all be on Danny Dimes. That defense may have, he may have to score 40. I don't know. We'll see. But we got Bears fans in the news here there, because we always know that Chicago is a crop of rational people. The Bears fans, when Andy Dalton plays, are instantly chanting for Justin Fields to be on the field. I think that's classless, in my opinion. I mean, Matt Nagy and Justin Fields have come out and said, "Hey, look, let's give Andy a chance. It's, let's see what we can do. We don't need to embarrass him like this." I don't know. Maybe because I'm just still a little bit. I'm on the caboose. I'm on the end of the Andy Dalton train. I'm about ready to jump. I'm about ready to jump off of it. But I just feel like Andy Dalton has just gotten such a bad, dealt a bad hand everywhere he goes. So we'll have to see.
Here's what frustrates me about this. It wasn't Andy Dalton the one that said it's my job or whatever. So, I mean, it's not really. It would be one thing if he hadn't said that. I would be completely on board with what you're saying. And I'm not even an Andy Dalton guy. But it has to be said that he was kind of cocky when he said what he said.
Well, don't you want your quarterback to be cocky?
No, not when he's in a quarterback. Not when he's in a legitimate competition.
That's the best time to do it. I'm going to win this competition. I'm going to be the starter week 1.
So why can't? But if Justin Fields were to say that, then people say, "Oh, he's a rookie. How dare he say that to Andy Dalton?"
No,
I just don't. I think the fans are warranted because I'll say it like I said last week. Andy Dalton is in for a bad news, man. He's going to be a bad news bear. He's got his beard working so he can be a new man. I'm sorry, buddy.
Yeah, you want to make that bet for week 1 as well?
I don't know. Trey Lance is. I love me some Fields, but man,
the only Fields I like are Mrs. Fields cookies.
Oh my Lord!
I will go out on record in the AM Drive and say I think Justin Fields will be a bust.
Wish I had a soundboard for that. Wow, 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 wow.
You can cut that up. That can be one of our Twitter promos. I think Justin Fields will be a bust.
Say it again for the people in the back.
We are going to commercial break with Justin Fields being a bust.
Lord have mercy.
All right, and welcome back to the AM Drive, presented by 12 Ounce Sports. And we are sponsored by Vice Golf. Vice Golf is rapidly changing the game. It's very simple, Mike. They make premium golf balls. Emphasis on premium.
Right.
And they sell them over the internet, and they ship them directly to us, the bad golfers, the high handicappers. And they're as good as anything out there on the market, but they are a lot less expensive. They got a brand new ball, Mike.
Yeah, the zero. Now that I forgot it after I told you it, it's like the Vice Golf something zero.
Vice Pro Zero. It's not out just yet, but we as Vice Golf sponsors got early access to it. I went ahead and requested a sleeve of them, and hopefully when they come, I'm gonna go play around with them so I can do a little review of them.
Can you
I'll bring them here because I know if I go play around first, they'll end up in the desert.
By the Coyotes.
Exactly. So use our special promotional link, which can be found at mikeandaarondrive.com, or you can where you can click the Vice Golf logo, or you can head over to the amdrive.com and click the sponsorship tab and go ahead and click the Vice Golf logo there. Vice Golf, better balls, less price.
Yeah, there you go.
The amdrive.com, brand new site there. So you can catch all of our past shows and everything over at the 12 Ounce site at theamdrive.com. All right, so let's move into the Northern Trust because this is a bit of an unorthodox situation. We have Tropical Storm Henri coming, barreling down. I'm sorry, the French, they just... So I'm surprised the Tropical Storm Henri doesn't change all the flags at the golf course to white flags. But anyways, I digress. We are looking at a Monday, potentially Tuesday final round based on what Henri does. They're trying to get this played today, actually, in fact, very, very soon after we finish up the broadcast here. We've got a little bit of action in play. Bobby's picks haven't gone the greatest. He does have a Scotty Scheffler sweat, though. But Morikawa got hurt and tried to play it out and missed the cut. So I don't really give him too much crap for that one, even when I see him. So I'm looking at a couple guys. Jon Rahm is in the lead, even though Cam Smith shot that 60. Jon Rahm is tied for the lead with Cam Smith. I'm going to take Jon Rahm to win this outright at 170 plus 175 here in this spot. And my boy Tony Finau, I had him in a top 10 bet to start the week when Bobby was on the show. And he looks like he's just kind of right there. He's hanging around right now. And looking at the leaderboard, as soon as this thing goes back, he is currently 2 shots back at 14 under. Justin Thomas as well. Evan Van Rooyen, I don't really trust him, even though he shot 9 under yesterday. Wow. I'm curious what the course conditions. The course conditions are really going to be the key here in terms of how these players are going to shoot. But Tony Finau, who has only won once, who never wins, always kind of finishes second. I got him at 12-1 to win this tournament, and he's 2 shots back, 12-1. So let's go Tony Finau, and if not, Jon Rahm, take it away.
Who was the guy you had weeks ago that was 45-1 or whatever? Who was the guy that you had?
Oh, the one who got in the playoff? That was Siwoo Kim.
Let's hope that doesn't happen again.
You know what? You can't hate it, because if you can have a long shot like that at 45-1 in a playoff, anything is possible. It's really I told you, my futures bets are lottery tickets. It's matchups where it's at. I have to look at that here because I deleted I have the matchups on my phone. I have them in my betting account. I know one of them I had Russell Henley over Kevin Kisner. Well, Kevin Kisner literally almost had the worst score in the tournament after winning last week. So golf's a funny thing, man.
How's Dustin Johnson doing?
Let me see. I can look at the board here. I don't have any Dustin Johnson action, but he is nowhere to be found.
Of course.
Dustin Johnson. I do have Daniel Berger, who's 5 under, so that's good, but he's not going to win the tournament. Yeah, Dustin Johnson, I believe. Yeah, Dustin Johnson missed the cut this week.
Boo!
Dustin Johnson's he's got a lot of things to work on in his game, but at the same time, if he never played golf again, he's probably a Hall of Famer. It's crazy to think.
We better stop playing then.
Maybe so. I mean, he's got a great life, pretty cool father-in-law. Do you know who Dustin Johnson's father-in-law is?
No.
It's Wayne Gretzky.
Wow. Interesting. Speaking of
Wayne Gretzky, he used to coach the Coyotes for all of half a year.
Did he really?
Yeah, he used to be the coach of the Coyotes. He used to own the Coyotes too. Or be a general manager or something. But yeah, the city of Glendale, which sits just outside of the Arizona city of Phoenix proper, have decided not to renew the Coyotes lease after the 2021-2022 season, which is the current one we're about to play here in October. So it begs the question, and I'm curious to get Philly Pete's input on this as well. Where will they go?
New Mexico.
Who?
New Mexico.
Why would you go to New Mexico?
Well,
if Arizona doesn't support hockey, why are you going to New Mexico?
You asked me my opinion. I thought that would be a good hockey destination because obviously nobody in Arizona gives a crap, so why not try it?
Now, see, I disagree with that. See, now, Mike, the way Phoenix is set up is it's basically just a large circle with highways encompassing it. The problem with Glendale, Arizona, they are not close to where people live, where the mass majority of the people of Phoenix live.
Then why not just relocate to Phoenix?
Well, let me finish. My proposal is for them to take a financial hit, and go sign with, I don't know what the name of the stadium is, but where the Phoenix Suns play. It's right downtown next to Chase Field where the Diamondbacks play, and it's a very, very entertaining. Stick? Thank you, Talking Stick Arena. Oh. Thank you. Talking Stick Arena. It's a very, very hip and trending entertainment sports district with bars, restaurants. It's a really cool little atmosphere. We went to my wife and I went to a Foo Fighters concert there at Talking Stick Arena.
Yes, I love the Foo Fighters.
And we've also gone to a few Diamondbacks games, and just the area itself is an incredible place for the Coyotes to become relevant again. Now, Glendale works for the Cardinals because it's once a week and you can drive out there. But to actually love Gila River Arena, I think it's great. But the location is terrible, and the city of Glendale anymore, and that's fine. But my big thing is bringing them back to the city. And Cody says, why do the Suns want the Coyotes around? Because they don't play on the same days, Cody. It's totally fine.
Well, we're about to run out of time here.
I know. I see that. I was going to wrap it up here. So I just wanted to give Cody some shit because I'm glad he's awake and I'm glad he's engaging.
8-bit
But we'll
Aaron was
have
fun to watch.
Yeah, the 8-bit me, the Minecraft version, I guess you could say. But yeah, I'm gonna work on getting some of this stuff fixed here and call the boys over at Cox Cable. But that's gonna wrap it up for us. Wednesday's show is gonna be great. Maybe we'll have Cody or Philly Pete on. But follow us on all these socials at AM Drive TV. Thank you to all of our sponsors. Mike, I am Aaron. We will see you on Wednesday. Hump day.